Hello, Stuart.
Hi, Sam.
Are you
How's it
drunk
going?
yet?
I was gonna get a drink for this. I forgot. Damn. Oh well.
Because
No, I'm
the
not.
atmosphere and shit. Yes. Oh yeah. Speaking of guys, not that anyone's here to see, but I'll mention it in 5 minutes or. Stuart, we're doing our drunk yards finally, which is in theme. Stuart announced they are our drunk yards because we only know them relatively soon before they happen. So when is our drunk yards?
I've already announced it all last night, so I don't have to say it again.
I wasn't here
August
though.
15th. August 15th, Saturday.
Yes. Saturday. My birthday, huzzah. Slightly out of time. But as is the temporal nature that we find ourselves, right? So join in for that. I've got multiple new uniforms that would be great to sponsor bring in. Always a lot of fun. Some are uncomfortable, so you know who you are might like that. But yeah,
Yep.
and I will say it's definitely one you want to turn up for unspecified reasons.
hmm
Welcome back.
But yes, good to see you, sci-fi guy. Let's see, we got 11 people here, 10 likes. That's awesome. Right off the jump. That's great. Um, hit the like button if you haven't, though,
I'll
and
start
go
sharing.
vote in the poll. You'll start sharing. I'll tell you to hit like and make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Click notification bell icon to all. Do all those things. You can join the channel. There's an option for that down um, on YouTube here, or you can add on over to Patreon/Trekyards to support us on a monthly basis over there. It all helps out immensely. You have no idea. So if you can support us in those ways, please do so. Also, there are links in the description of every video to the T Spring and the Dashery store. So go check those out. And yeah, hopefully we'll have a good time talking about The Hangover. Um, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Um, Hello, Hypno Amber. Yeah, I don't know why he did that. It just boggles my mind. But hey, it's Sam. He's an unsolved mystery of the world, and that's perfectly fine. Uh, but yeah, bum bum bum. Dun dun dun. So Hypno Amber is going to vote B on the poll, but there's no B option.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's been. So I'll say straight off the bat, it's been interesting how polarizing this one's been. I found there's been very little medium, so I didn't do medium in this to see what people think. Um, so just give the extremes and let you kind of have your voice in that regard, because I don't know anybody that said, yeah, which is fair, but I've not heard anything else. And do go watch our first reaction review, which came out today, filmed yesterday. We both had to finish watching it under half an hour. It's very, very reactionary in a good way, like we would ever. Go check it out and enjoy voting the poll. Let's get into it. Stuart, what do you think of season 4, episode 3? Before we jump on the PayPal, give your thoughts first.
Like I
And how
like I
does it
said,
feel on more watches? That's important.
I was a little annoyed by this one because I'm not a big fan of The Hangover, and that kind of storytelling, I find it very frustrating. I found it less frustrating the second time, but even with the first time, there's a lot of little moments, even little nods to like things from the past, like the broken antenna, things like that that I really enjoy. So there's little moments in here that kind of elevate it for me, but the overall tone drags it down. So it's going to sit somewhere in the middle for me. Um, it's not the worst episode of anything ever, but the fact that it's just the Hangover Star Trek edition is, I mean, almost beat for beat.
To an
So
impressive degree, in fact.
yeah.
Though
I like
briefly,
the
keep that in your mind, just want to briefly. You covered not the worst thing ever. How does this compare to the gameplay episode of Academy where they're just playing that one ball game for
oh, this
like.
is way better. This is way better than
Okay,
that.
good, because that was terrible.
Yeah. What was I saying?
Beat for beat remake of
Uh,
a thing on you.
What? Beef for beef, what?
Remake of the Hangover, and then yeah,
Oh, almost beat for beat. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
I had a really good train of thought and I fucking lost it. Son of a bitch.
I'm drunk.
Oh,
Oh,
sure. I'll just jump on this then. The character moments between Ortegas and Scotty are great. You got to see more Ortegas. That's awesome. Uh, I mean, Nurse Chapel wasn't even really in this. Uhura wasn't really in this. But Pike, I liked. I liked Anson Mount doing the thing, playing off type again. He does a really good job with that. And yeah, I don't know. It didn't feel better or worse the second viewing. It felt shorter the second time. First time it felt pretty long. Like it's pretty dense as far as stuff going on and just jumping from point to point to point to point to point. It's kind of hard to keep. It's only 47 minutes long. And
it
I
feels
thought the
55 in a totally fair
Oh
way.
yeah, for sure. I felt the episode was over, and I looked at the time, and it's like 15 minutes left, and I'm like, what the hell is gonna happen? And then of course we got the tacked on plot of the militants trying to, it doesn't quite work for me in that regard. So yeah, the tacked on plot didn't need to be there. The time crunch thing, while funny, doesn't need to be there. They missed a trick with Scotty's thumb. Should have been the finger that James Doohan had lost.
Oh,
That
that
would have
would have
been,
been so clever.
yeah.
I
I
mean, we would
didn't
have sucked for
realize
the
it at
actor
the
though.
time.
Every episode had to have like done that from now on. That would have been so.
Well, no, they're going to fix it. They're going to fix his thumb,
But
obviously.
they could have said we
They would
can't
have fixed
remove it because the radiation destroyed it. Because there is shots you can see. Like, there's no canon shot in Star Trek where he has that hand. Because he hasn't got that hand, right? So there's no evidence he ever had that hand. Oh, that's
That
such a
finger, you mean?
yeah,
Finger.
thank you. That's such a missed trick. Damn. Do you think that's
Yeah,
great?
I wish it would have been the actual finger that James Doohan had lost. That was bad. I think they fix it. That's fine. So some things they missed. And overall, it's kind of a bland looking episode. The sets are kind of blah for a Pleasure Planet resort. There's just kind of Um, anyway, that's kind of my thinking on it. It's kind of all right. And I don't know, it still frustrates me a little bit, but now that I know where it's going, it's much easier and funner to follow than it was the first time. So, yeah, those are my thoughts. But before I ask you about your thoughts, we have a PayPal, which we're going to get to. John Ford Jr. again throws in $125. So thank you so much, John. That is amazing. And he says season 4, episode 2 and 3 cannot live up to season 4, episode 1. I completely agree with you. But I did at least appreciate some of the character moments, particularly trying to deepen the relationship between Kirk and Spock, but seems premature at this point and laughable how much Kirk is present with Enterprise crew at this point. Yeah, it is. It's very feels like they're really forcing that in. The other thing is Kirk's presence in this episode doesn't make sense
We'll get
unless
there.
unless unless Spock was hallucinating some of the time. The whole office scene doesn't make sense. The getting on board the Enterprise doesn't really make sense. There's a few things, but anyway, yeah, that's. Thank you for bringing that up, John.
And John, thanks for funding these. Basically, doesn't take much, but I mean that's a lot. But like, doesn't take many people to fund these sorts of things. So thank you for making these review shows still come out because
Yeah. Before I ask you your thoughts that nobody cares about,
excellent.
Fat Produce throws in $10. This was a fun episode, but it cements the fact that Strange New Worlds is mostly gimmick episodes, unfortunately. It wouldn't be so bad if it weren't 10 of 10 per season. Yeah. Yeah.
Thing is, I don't know. You couldn't do 22 gimmicks a season, so truly, Stranger Worlds is the anthology narrative show. They've gone absurdly episodic, tonally all over the place, experimental, where you don't need, as in they probably thought, you don't need another, we explore a planet each week. They're playing. They're having fun. Things are hitting, things you're not seeing. They take it seriously enough, respectful enough mostly, and they're giving fans a chance to see cool things. You can watch Voyager for everything that's sci-fi, but you can't watch any other show for musical, for Haunted House that much seriousness. Like, there's definitely a place for this, and it's definitely going to cement itself. Lower Decks has crude humor, absurd references, Prodigy has whatever Prodigy has, and this has this, right? So at least it's got a true identity, right, of being this. It's weird, but it is an identity, right? Makes a really unique show. Like what's Academy's unique selling point, right? As a successful thing, it's youthful people, you know, the future. Yeah.
Louis Julius throws in $5. Well, I mean, do we actually count Sam as human or be a human friend? Or do we count Sam as a human to be a human friend? Sure. I'll allow that.
I feel like Olivia's got either quick-witted or she like preps. As soon as it starts, there's like a notepad.
She's using ChatGPT.
Oh no, she can't be. No. I think she has a little notepad or she's ready for the moment to strike. It's like a pre-made text thing that she's gonna send at the right moment. I feel like she's just got better.
Olivia throws another $5. Same thing kept happening to Sam. He kept talking about his idea no one has tried before. Dihydrogen monoxide power source. Cool. Oh, that's the other thing I wanted to throw in on my ramble. This answers a 60-year-old Star Trek mystery. In the cage, Spock grabs those little leaves, and smiles. He's obviously communicating with it. The plant told him a joke. Is what happened there. So awesome. Anyway, all right. Now it's your turn. Not that anyone cares, but what did you think of this episode? And does it stand up on a rewatch? And Olivia Julius throws in $5 and says, I work on a semi. I have a day and a half to prepare. There you go.
Good job. That's fair.
All right. So what do you think of this episode?
Yeah, I got it.
Does it stand up on a rewatch?
Okay. Yes, no, maybe. Can you repeat the question? You're the boss of me now. There you go. Obviously, first reaction, it's fun. It's kind of like the documentary, right? I see the filmmaking that went into it, right? From that level. I see the clever writing, how they're doing it, the camera work, the structure, the editing, all that stuff. I see it where it's a minefield of nonsense that Discovery would fail at miserably, and Academy would make it to something, right? So this succeeded in a successful edit, story structure, Hangover clone. Well done, right? Doesn't mean the story's good, but those stuff actually succeeded, so well done. It's really, really... I mean, I would have this very tricky time in doing this, but I also don't have like 5 million or whatever. So well done for them. First watch, intriguing, weird, but I appreciate they commit to the bits super early, so as a fan of the Hangover films, I think they were really well constructed, at least mostly. Oh, we're doing this. Cool. But it all revolves around the ending, because that's the twist is the end. Now, luckily, unlike Hangover, every character is a real character. And they're not necessarily all three-dimensional, but they're all interesting enough in their own right to do something with. And the fact that you have Ortegas and Scotty grounds it in a weight. Now, unfortunately, Ortegas leaves, so the weight is only for the show, but Spock gets some great stuff. And Scotty in general gets stuff to do. I think he's always cemented himself as one of the better Scotties. There's not many Scotties, but he's done a really good job. I really appreciate his humanity. He's done a really, really solid job. And certainly you see a bit of the three-dimensionality of, yeah, well, Ortegas does something that there's a reason for the bleep bleep. It's like, yeah, because the ship's breaking. You're pushing it past where it can go. So they have to fix it and run around, so everyone's chill. Except I love that. Very clever. Very small and clever. I do wish it was episode 5, because setting up the Chaos and 1 in the Heaven 3 gives it no time to breathe, and it feels unfulfilling. It's nice, but unfulfilling. There's no... And it kind of implies that Ortegas will be out of the season, as a main player. That said, she leads it great. I think Melissa's just lovely. She just plays it with effortlessness. Trying to appreciate when Arn shows up as a real aggressive self. That's not how that actress is. She's a lovely, chill, friendly human being, and Arn is such a character. So you kind of see who... Ethan Peck is not Spock. Like, you can see he's playing themselves, but lines, and in a nice way. And those are playing real characters, and it's fun to see, like, that is not who they are, whatever. I did look second time with the expectation they were going to tease and hint the ending. You don't need to do it, but it would be a better episode had they. Unfortunately, I saw none of the white cool aliens to infer to show of the bomb plot. There was none of that. There's no single implication of that at any point. At any point, I did catch the stuff in the shuttle where comms officer Uhura said she got a tricorder, and Scotty, they broke the shuttle, has to fix it. None of that stuff I got first time. It's just throwaway lines. Like, why am I meant to know? Like, I'm not meant to pay attention to that stuff in the same way. So at least that I caught. But I was shocked how little the first half came to the second half. I was really expecting more from it, now knowing the end. So the second time, it was less engaging, better paced, but that's because I know the ending. I thought the resort guy was better second time because everything he says means something. You don't know it the second time, the first time. And I really liked the journey of Ortegas and Scotty more the second time, knowing their catharsis of why that helped, because then the back and forth flows better because you realise why. It's not, you know, it's whatever. But the main plot, they really desperately need to put in hints throughout. I don't know how, but something, or I don't know, just intelligent stuff. I don't know. They miss a trick, and you cannot say that you're hinting about a bomb plot to have the white aliens earlier in this episode because we don't know what they look like yet. We don't know. For example, if those aliens had been the lady who's giving the tokens to the shuttles, right? And she seemed a little bit off. Just a little bit. And we think, oh, is that alien? Turns out the alien, and that's why they got a job at the place just to put the bomb on. Like, oh, okay. None of that. So it's definitely... It's not worse, but it's not better, and it should have been better the second time in theory. Like, Hangover is fun to watch twice. It's a different film the second time. Such a different film. As are heist movies, right? They're just different films the second watch. So, not worse, not better, missed opportunity, but still rather strong considering. There you go. That's my analytical review. Doesn't need that much thought, but you know, they tried.
We got another PayPal from Taylor, and he says it's in $5, so thank you. Says, it's been a while since I've caught you guys live. Thanks for all your hard work and cheers. Well, thank you. Cheers. I was going to have a beer for this one just because, you know, it fits the tone, but
come to the drunk yards next week. We will have some fun. Fun will be had.
Olivia throws in $5. Do you think Kirk even has quarters on his ship? Also, leave poor Spock alone. 2 episodes in a row, he has hallucinated poor Spock. Yeah. Like when Spock slaps Kirk in the transporter room, Kirk's like, did that hurt? And Spock just said, yes, but last week a hallucination cut my ears off. Seriously. It could still be a residual from last week. It's still like possessing him. So yeah, that's a little bit harsh on Spock there, but anyway. Yeah.
No, I like it. It's an interesting one. I can see why people are negative because it's not very Star Trek. Because there's not much Star Trek in it, but it's so incredibly Star Trek centered. In the characters are all consistent, even though they're being stupid. That's why when we watched the Murder Mystery episode last season, none of the characters are the characters, so it was a very vapid episode. Yes, La'an and Spock is Spock, but no one else is anything. So as fun as it is, it's vapid. At least this has... That's what her looks like when she's really drunk. At least you learn something that it's real, right? It's not just... Yeah. You know? Benefits from that.
I just noticed something I got to talk about when we get there. But anyway, this opening, we'll just start with this. You got a kind of crossover between Scotty's log and Ortegas's log, talking about this region of space, and pilots don't know how to fly. They're pushing the ship too hard, and you know, blah blah blah. And then the beta and gamma shift all have had vacations. Alpha shift hasn't. And then we get the bar scene, and there's a Tellarite in a Starfleet uniform.
Yeah. Yep. Andorians and Tellarites are both present on the Enterprise in the season.
Yeah. But anyway, never got an answer as to what was bugging Chapel. Probably, you know, Roger Corby being a little bit flaky. But she smashes a glass. Spock and La'an are having a fight. Of course, Scotty and
well,
Ortegas
no. They're not having a fight. Laan is in an aggressive mood and Spock's trying not to fight. They're actually not fighting.
Yes.
They're actually fine.
Yeah.
It's just she's something else. Her energy of being augmented is going weird.
Yeah. And we've learned about the Civil War, and they're going for negotiations, and it's important negotiations, and these people demand a certain, style. Um, it just sets up a lot. There's a lot of exposition in these first few minutes, but
And if
it's
you
really
miss
great.
anything, you miss that thing, right?
Yeah.
Not everything pays off, but yeah, I really did like the editing of the Scotty and Ortegas, and it is better the second time because you see their perspectives. They're both correct from a certain point of view. Although, of course, he ain't second in command of engineering. Where the hell's... Where's she? She should be doing this stuff. Very absent. She's like a Whoopi
Like
Goldberg.
Hammer.
She's
Like
there.
Hammer was. It's like Hammer. Hammer wasn't in every episode either. So
Yeah, but he's less interesting. Also, the hell? Why has she just got a roll of duct tape?
it's a joke. That's what it is. It's like covering the check engine light on your car with tape.
Yeah, but why does she
Can't
bring
see it.
duct
Doesn't
tape from
exist.
Earth? Why is she, there's no chance in hell that Stan issue duct tape. I give him 0% chance. So
It's a joke.
it's
Don't
not
think too hard about it.
but it's canon now. They have duct tape on the bridge. That's the
No,
problem with
I
this sort
don't.
of show. Well, no, it's canon. I mean, that's the thing, isn't it? It's they could have done so many clever things with that, and it's not that. Like she should have turned off that bit of the screen because she can do that. It's much cleverer. So it's a really bad joke. Thought it's a good joke, but it breaks Trek. That's an
It's a
example of
fantastic joke if you know about check engine lights. So yeah,
yeah,
it's funny.
yeah. It's just if I use duct tape in a fan
Well,
film,
she's
history's
also been
fine.
complaining about these alerts for a while now, so she probably brought it up just in case. She's been thinking about doing this and kind of putting it off. So I'm fine with that.
Yeah. At least I know Deltron, I guess.
Yep, yep.
And then the famous character actor who I don't remember anything he's in specifically because he's never
Dave
that important. Like he's always a mid ground or mid high. I couldn't remember a single thing he's in, but I know he's been in so many things that I can't name any of them.
Dave Foley
Yeah,
in Kids in the Hall was most famous for that, but
that show. Well, what movies
it's a
has he been in?
Canadian comedy show.
Yeah. Well, what movies has he been in that you could leave off anything off the top of your
No
head?
idea.
No. And it's funny. He's a good actor, and you've got to commend his bad acting. His good acting of bad acting. Because he's not, because the guy's just some nice guy trying to do a commercial. It's an effective internal thing. I like all their references and yeah, this is although that first shot of the fake animated series is a bit weird, but the second shot and the third shot with a not Arek's animated style is gorgeous. The not Spock. Don't know why Spock's there, and the lady who's a robot. Don't know how they have that artistry. That was from a certain planet. So just watch the episode.
That's not Spock. That's I believe Sarek from the animated series. It's a Vulcan from the animated series that is wearing that uniform. But
Well, sure, but it's in the commercial. But how do they get a robot lady's uniform from a long distance society? Don't know. It's great. Well, they can't invent the same uniform on a pleasure planet 10 years before they do that.
I think you're taking this episode a little too seriously. It's all like inside jokes, essentially.
Okay.
Plus, it could just be researcher style clothing because
That's right.
Corby was a researcher. So
Fair. You need that much side belly. It's important. But I smiled strongly when I saw that. Because, like, yeah. That makes the animated series art style canon in Star Trek. Which is
what's canon?
what makes the animated style canon in Star Trek. So you could now, in theory, have an animated series episode in Star Trek if it was made at this planet.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yes, we learned about this place. I'm glad it's not Ryza. I'm glad it's something different. It feels like Chapel's definitely been there before. She seems like a party animal.
Oh, I can imagine. Well, she's
And
very certain it's fine, yeah.
I hate seeing his feet. That's just fucking disgusting. um Flavia Flavius Flanta puts in 25 something. I don't know the currency. We need a lower decks movie. Yes, we do. 100%.
Hmm.
That would be amazing.
That would be
And not outside the realm of possibility, honestly.
Romanian Lou. It's
Mm.
$5 ish. Thank you.
Hmm.
Yeah, no, I agree. It would be really fun. And even to just do a Futurama thing where it's just 3 episodes that become a movie, you know what I mean? It's like both are near the
Hmm.
same time. But yeah, we see them go to the
Okay.
planet. They've just nicked the Golden Gate Bridge 3D model from the San Francisco scene because that's just the Golden
Mm.
Gate Bridge,
Yeah. And no technology on this planet.
except all the technology on the planet.
And also all the fine print that scrolls past the screen. I was like, I got to get some images to see what that says. It's all in different languages. There's no English.
As it
So
should be. That makes sense.
that's kind of funny because you'd have to write all that out and that would suck.
Yeah. That would have been the ultimate Easter egg. But I like the idea of this place because it does make, and there's probably zones where you can have like levels of technology. As I said in another review, they have electronic door locks, and they have elevators, and they have, I'm sure they have things obviously technology based, but it's relative. There's no way of doing ship communications or pads, so that's the distinction. Obviously, there's holograms on blimps. That's technology, right? But it's their tech and it's not in. So it makes sense. And I do kind of wish they had now. They do a joke later on the season where someone sends a letter because Pike remembers it and fondly. That would be great. I mean, it's a secure form of communication if no one finds the letter. You know, no record of it.
Maybe that there's technology on the planet, just not at the resort.
Yeah, that's what I mean. The resort is technology, but they have like zones. Nice enough.
I hate the chairs in the shuttle. Just set there. They're just like conference room chairs. They look awful.
Is this shuttle bigger than a runabout?
It's fucking huge. Yeah. I don't know
This
if it's long. It's not longer, but it's definitely got a lot more room as far as total overall room.
It's definitely wider than a runabout, which is yep.
Yeah.
And they open the door. You'll go Hawatsa Huza. And then we get a great CGI triple. It's great until it doesn't go up something, it goes over something in 2D. That last bit with the tank, it just goes over. They don't physics that. There's no work. But apart from that, I've never seen Tribble do that sort of really good organic movement before. That was very faithful and nice.
Mm. It's right after they scrolled past the knives in the pizza box that I wrote down. Is this the hangover?
Well, they never explain this part of the story. Because the party's in the comms off her room. So there was no party. So are you saying that this is literally just
Well,
Ortega's
there was a
and
party in their room, but it's moved. That's obviously from a party.
right. It is amusing to me. Makes no logical sense, but it's amusing to me. There's a dog puppet in the clone suit, like when they clone the puppet dog in TOS, and it's got the horn. What a weird thing to throw in there. It's like that makes no sense, but okay, cool, sure, okay.
I do love her enduring antenna being broken off as per TOS. That's great.
Mogatu's suit, they built it for Academy or built it here and reused it. It's a really good suit, really good reuse. I guess the first is this that well, no, who knows what Mogatu is? Did they treat Mogatu as a new species in TOS? Because they better not.
No.
Okay, good. We're very, fun and accurate. He almost kills himself on a Delta. Delta looking shard.
Mm. I thought that was going to be important the way they're glowing. I thought there was going to be to do all this adventuring and I had
Oh, that could be no, it can't be the dragon. Because that's in the other room.
maybe.
I think they showed that and it's in the bar. Maybe it was here, it was just dark. I don't know.
I just assumed there's going to be something. They
Yeah.
do this whole adventure, go out and look for things, and it was all in their room the entire time.
Well, exactly. But
That's how
man,
this kind of storytelling goes, and I hate it. It sucks.
we also need red herrings, otherwise you just say, oh, everything in the episode's a clue. And it can't be, right? But then man shows up. Nice chipper guy. It's all part of the plan, which is fun to know a second time. Well, this wasn't part of the plan, technically. This was a plan within a plan, because, he respects. Gotta give it to Pike. But Pike is an unknown place.
Yes, time sensitive as well.
Really is. Although, I guess Pike went back to the shuttle to call Enterprise to call the negotiations moving forward.
No, I think it was the saboteur, the militant did it.
Oh.
It's just not very well explained. Because Pike even says, "I don't remember doing that,"
I mean,
and he was like, "That's so like you."
okay, I'm fine with that. I mean, vagueness does work with that. I just assumed because they don't remember stuff, like everything. But sure, yeah, fine with that. I mean, hey, it's not that difficult to fake a comm like signal, right? Sure.
Yeah. Just wish the plot would have been explained better. It's just very glazed over very quickly.
I mean, that's been so many episodes, and we're more about that for the canon stuff. This stuff is just pure. So much to do. I'm more annoyed by canon stuff because that stuff needs to be accurate. This doesn't need to be accurate. It just needs to make sense in general.
But they go to Spock's room, and Spock says, "I'm sorry, I'm not quite myself." And they're like, "Exactly like what?" Do you see James Kirk here? I'm playing games with him. It's like, okay. Anyhow, no, Pike is not there.
Yeah, this scene's less good in second viewing. I mean, I think Spock nails it, but this episode is inebriation. Is drunk. It's not high. It's not. It's the same thing happened to all of them, but they react differently. So, if he's meant to be drunk, why is he hallucinating? But he can
It's not meant to be drunk. It's just altered state, like high.
Okay, so they're not drunk. They're going for high then. So I assumed it was a drunk
Yeah,
state.
absolutely. It's a vapor in the air.
Okay. Okay, I took it as...
And everybody reacts differently. They've said that at the beginning too.
Yeah, because Scotty and Pike are acting drunk, not high. Their slurred words are...
Yeah. And Kirk's not affected at all, which is a bit of a problem.
Yeah,
and he's also wearing his uniform the entire time.
that I'm going to throw
vacation.
in there. Now, if we assume he's not real until the ship, then that makes sense. But
Spock talked about his hopes and dreams on the planet.
Yep.
Yeah, a whole bunch of it doesn't make any sense, but that's fine.
Because you don't know it doesn't make sense until the second time, because in the first time, he's a hallucination. I'm sort of okay he's unaffected in the sense that if he was JJ, he party so much doesn't affect him, but he's unaffected. There's nothing about him says high, drunk, out of it.
Except that he hugs Spock. Some people get a little bit, huggy when they get drunk. So I don't know. But other than that, there's nothing.
Yes, but he's also on vacation and hung out with this guy for like 10 hours. So I'm fine with hugs suddenly being on the cards, So it is confusing because, and also he's in the room. He might be in the bathroom, but he is basically in the room, and you would think that as soon as he heard people walking, talking, he'd come and say, "Hey guys." It's odd timing. He would wait, and then there's no explanation as to what he was doing, or was he real or not? I don't know.
Trib says the reason he's not affected is because he's Kirk. Yeah. Every time they get knocked out in TOS, he's always the first one to wake up because captain's training. You got to wake up before your crew every time.
Yeah.
So,
then you go to what amounts to a cameo. And the second, I was like, they filmed these two scenes back to back. Uhura got in costume for one afternoon. They filmed this entire sequence in one afternoon of their day, and then wrapped her for the week. And it's not lazy or anything, it's just uninteresting. But I'm sure they just had fun, talking in a bland hallway. She could be anybody. They could all be anybody, At least Ortega's was sober enough to at least give you some sense of who she is as a person.
But then Scotty takes off, and we get a redress of the Enterprise bar with Total Eclipse of the Heart in Klingon being sung.
And I appreciate it. I'm fine to reuse the bar because they get more money for other things. But they did extend the walls a bit or add drapes. Like, it doesn't feel like the room, luckily. But they obviously weren't going to move their entire bar,
Well, the shape of the bar, unfortunately, gives it away. I wish it was a different shaped bar, but whatever.
But it's like when Guinan's bar appears in other episodes, that's just 10 forward. Like, there's certain things that's just 10 forward. But it's good enough. It's good enough. Klingon's fun. Obviously, I kind of thought that when Rebecca Romaine said in an interview, what's favorite episode? Oh, 3, because I'd learned lots of Klingon. I thought, oh, great, you have a whole Klingon episode with politics and stuff, and like, oh, you learned a song. You memorized dialogue, right? It's nice, but it's not impressive to me. She still does it flawlessly, but I was expecting a really cool Klingon episode, and I did not get that. You know?
Not yet. You might.
Sure, but she said this particular was the Klingon. But it was nice. It was good. I really do wish, though, they had a Klingon on stage with her. That was desperately needed. And have him be an equally silly costume, a full either TOS Klingon or normal Klingon, and just they get on so well and show music brings us together. Or like they could have commented, yeah, wow, oh gosh, so much war the last few years, but singing, it's all about being together. That would have really elevated the scene.
That's a very Mariner thing. So
sure.
Glad they didn't do that. But you can see the names of the songs Iduna's going to be singing: Yellow Battle Cruiser, Romulan Rhapsody, Let It Go, Honor or Cowardice, Smells Like Bad Blood Wine, and Aim for the Second Heart. Great names. I love those.
Yeah.
Klingon power ballads.
Mm-hmm. Well, you've not heard Let It Go until you've heard the original Klingon.
It's true.
And then we get Dr. Man's other cameo. He's very low. Did he earn his paycheck with this scene, or did he just sort of turn up and do 2 hours work? Like, he's fine, but he certainly went from being... He's his big dramatic story arcs in season 1 and 2, and part time 3 to... Nothing for you to do this episode. What did you do that? You know?
What is it? It's green.
It is.
It's just a way to get that joke. That's all it was.
I do like he drops balls. That is funny. But it's not that funny. You know? Could have done more with it. Like, I really kind of wish they'd said in the scene, oh, this sort of thing makes me wish I could step away and just be back to what was a simple country doctor, where I would just be an assistant, less start building for that.
And then we get Pike getting a tattoo. Now this is odd because Anson Mount has a full tattoo sleeve on his left arm in real life, but they're tattooing his right arm.
Yeah.
Why not just use your actual? I mean, it's not a horse. He's got kind of like a pattern thing going on, but I don't know. Save yourself some time, money. Good makeup on his arm, though. You can't see it.
I mean, my assumption is that you don't have to copyright your body, but if any of that was trademarked, then they have to pay royalties. I don't know if it is, but that's instantly where you can't. Well, if you have Mickey Mouse on a tattoo and it's a close-up, then I'm saying you got to pay Disney because you don't own that likeness in a professional TV show. So it's just easiest to do it fresh. Plus, it's in character. But it's a horse, isn't it?
Yeah.
Although someone's pointed out in the comments on Bruce's video, he loves horses, but he let several horses die in a desert a few weeks ago.
When?
The first episode when they're riding, because even if they're native horses, they didn't beam them down. They grabbed horses and then left them somewhere.
Yeah, and then horses return to their stables. That's what
Maybe
they do. They got autopilot. They always go back home.
Well, not stable because of was it? I don't know what planet it was. I don't remember. I was just a comment.
It's like a western town that they were in, leaving. So I assume they just got the horses from there. You could rent horses back in western times, like cars. Yeah.
Oh, there are cars. But Anson's good acting. I mean, again, he's barely in the episode. He delivers a fine afternoon performance. A
fun afternoon performance.
Yes.
It's a little over the top, but it's fine.
I like it.
We should do these on the ship. I know you're.
It's true. I was kind of expecting some references in Tattoo Wall, but it's just real tattoos.
The translations actually mean something on his face later. Like hair today, Gorn tomorrow. Those are on there.
Then they go to technology for their shuttle garage. Really missed opportunity of having ships that we know and designs that are interesting, because these are very. You can tell it's just they just hired a team member X, just 3D kit bash 2 things. They'll be on screen for 12 frames. Which is fine, just,
Mm-hmm.
not miss opportunity, right?
Anyway, what happened to your shuttle? Oh, I gave you the thing. Whoever has that thing knows where the shuttle is. Where is it? This is good. The banter back and forth here was really good.
I mean, you imagine these people see a lot of weird stuff, so hence why no F's are given. Like, yep. Yep. And I feel like I recognize her from somewhere, this actress. Or guest spot character from some bit part
Yeah,
somewhere.
she does look familiar, yeah.
Imagine that was your Star Trek role. I was car attendant on Pleasure Planet. And now she'll go to conventions the rest of her life, Stuart. At Star Trek's 100th anniversary, she'll be there. She'll have her own booth, she'll be signing. Next to Hanson Mount. 50 years from But yeah, I mean, you certainly see this coming a bit, from Hangover logic. They stole their own shuttle, they put it somewhere, right? It's not a particularly compelling mystery. Well, I did not clock that the arm was going to be broken and linked, so I appreciate that was a nice, I suppose Chapel did it.
Yeah, because they do say that Chapel said that she didn't want it. Yeah. Anyway. So they're gonna get a tricorder to find the shuttle. Scotty's like, I have my tricorder. Where is it? It's in the shuttle.
Oh.
Shit. But Uhura, of course, has one. So they go and ask Uhura for a tricorder. And then they have to apologize to each other. They do a piss poor job of it. And they get a tricorder.
Yep.
And then Scotty immediately throws it.
Nope. What?
That annoyed me. That actually made me mad the first time. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? It's the most illogical thing to do. But anyway. And also the fact that it shattered so violently. I said last night, I could take my Wand Company tricorder, throw it out of one of my upstairs windows, and I guarantee you'd probably be in 3 or 4 pieces. Not 15. Somebody pays $1,000, I'll go do it right now.
PayPal, not Super Chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's where unfortunately the pure story conceit needs to take over in some of these episodes. The Hangover logic, where you've got to get from A to B. They needed to have a tricorder to extend the plot. Cool, and they need to break it, or they didn't need to break it because they could have just found that the mainframe was too advanced to break into. The tricorder would have been fine. Always too rudimentary to break into because it didn't need to break it, but it's laughable. I think fair to say. It's almost, it's obviously a comedic episode, but it's like, well, that wouldn't happen. End of story. Just end of story.
Tricorders would be tougher than that as well. They're not made from plastic. But Barry F though throws in $10.
Oh.
So thank you, Barry. And says, I don't super chat.
Damn.
I don't believe you. I don't believe you.
What if he was a super chatter, he'd be amazing. But he's not, so he's mid. But he could be amazing if he super chatters.
Yeah. Oh yes, there's a security thing, so they need somebody that can hack. Scotty, can you hack in the state you're in? No. We know somebody that can.
But he's totally inebriated and totally broken.
Yes.
And I think
yes.
pitch perfect acting. The fact that he can so effortlessly be this and not feel like acting. Yeah, well done, Ethan. They get into the office. There's no tech, but there is lights, which is tech. Just saying. Low-key tech, but it's tech. And I was 100% ready for this to be a joke. I mean, it is a joke, but I was 100% ready for this to be a plant, that he's hallucinating the sound, and he does the thing, and he keeps going, and the joke is that Ortiz like, anything's wrong? I am working on it. Do not distract me. And then we awkwardly pause, and just, Scotty turns and sees a computer console. It's like, oh no, this button. Boop. And the wall just becomes a console, and he's still going, and he takes the entire scene trying to communicate with it. Realizes it must be dead. It's like, that would have been funny, fine and funny. If that's a real computer, fun tech. I'll give him all credit for the idea, because if you can't have tech, have a tech computer. There's no joke here. It's a real computer, and it's a real organic thing, so it works. It's weird, but it works. It's like, yeah, cool.
And the shuttle's in an area run by local thugs. Great. So they gotta go get on, who's we haven't seen what she's doing. You know, they need some muscle.
Because he can't go because he's screwed, needs rest. Because he's going to hallucinate them as plants, which first time around I thought, oh, that's quite good CG. I went to behind the scenes, the plant was real.
It's a puppet.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're puppets.
which is so much cheaper.
Yeah.
It looks dumb and real because it's dumb and real. No, it's great.
And later on the ship, when she's the plant, you hear her like pot sliding across the floor.
Very good.
Unneeded, but hilarious.
But that proves
Photosynthetic technology as well. I gotta call that out.
It's great.
It's great.
It's dumb. It's great. And if it links to Cage, as I said, other reviews, like that's really fun. It's dumb, fun, silly. But
And Kirk.
but that's the thing, right? He is hallucinating for real, and for a long time. So these are proper hallucinations, right? But the edit is so unbelievable. Now, the first time when you said to me the scene didn't make sense, I was like, no, he must have walked in late. I didn't know this edit. But they literally cut. He's in their eye line. They saw him. Kirk walked in with them. But he didn't.
He had to, unless there's another entrance into here, but still.
They would still see him and say, hey, Kirk, there's no way in hell. Just like
Yep.
Arn wouldn't envision the wrong uniform and not know in the ghost one. There's no way. So this entirely is a broken scene. And I don't understand it. I don't... At the very least, wait 1 second for them to walk out the room and he walks in, implying another room. But I don't... So this must be hallucination, Kirk? Like, it must be. It has to be.
Yeah, but this is also the Kirk that is like,
Knows
tell me about
things.
your hopes, fears, and... I'll be 1 second. Hold on. So I forgot to do something.
Oh, shit. So it's very odd. Very, very odd. What do you guys think? Was this a plot hole? Was it an issue? It's odd. You know, I'll give a lot of these things a lot of passes, but that one felt, too far.
There, that's better. Need my favorite shirt.
Well, you have to give that up to get more super chats though at some point. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Sussy 2000 throws in 20 euros. Thank you so much. Don't have much to say about this episode. I was annoyed by it throughout, from the premise of a drug-fueled pleasure planet to the childish conflict between Scotty and Ortegas. A few good gags here and there can't make up for it. Well, some of the moments and things make up a little bit for me, but I see what you're saying.
The thing is, it's personal preference, right? If you don't care about Star Trek canon, then the canon breaks don't matter to you if you don't notice them. If you don't like documentaries, you hate that. If you don't like comedies, you don't like that. This is such, some people hated the musical episode. Some people loved it. Some people hate the Low Decks episode. Like, when you do this sort of broad thing and not just Star Trek episodes, you're gonna have people across the board. I thought it was alcohol filled, so I didn't like drug. I don't like drug as much. I just think it's just brain state. It's not quite defined. Childish conflict between Scotty and Ortegas. It's not childish so much as teeny. Because they both express it's because of their experience at the academy, which was because of stuff with their siblings, but that's the academy self issue. So it's not childish. It's just them internalized feelings. I think for what they're doing, it's relatively not mature, but it's they could have been childish, and it actually I would say they do keep it on the right path. I would say personally.
Yeah. Barry F throws in $10, so thank you, Barry. Again, you don't super chat, but I accidentally super chatted $300 once, so I don't super chat anymore. Yeah,
that was you. Well, I'm glad you got it back.
Us. We never got a $300 one. We had a $500 one by mistake. I assume he's not talking about
okay, yeah.
erroneously super chatting us.
Yeah, we got a great one once, and it was like I was meant to be a 5, or if it was 5. Well, thank you. It doesn't make a
50. It's meant to be a 50, not a 500. Yeah, this scene's important because this is where the title of the episode comes from.
Yeah.
Human best friend. Well, we don't call it human best friend, but I want to talk about my hopes, my fears. uh,
Apparently.
dreams. And Kirk's like, yeah, well, talk to me. Tell me about it.
And he isn't drunk. He isn't high. He's just unaffected.
Yeah.
And
Mark Lawrence is here. $10. Thank you so
Oh,
much, Mark.
Mark!
I mentioned in a comment in another video that I was surprised they didn't have the finger that Scotty lost as the same finger that Duan was missing in real life. Yeah, I said that at the beginning of this
Yep.
live, but yeah, that would have been great. I didn't even think of that at the time either, but that would have been awesome.
But and this is not a dig on the people who made the show, because let's be honest, it's such a niche of information. I doubt they knew he didn't have a finger.
Oh, they have to have known.
If they don't know how old a Connie is, they don't know the finger thing, right? And that's fair not to know. It's such specific trivia. I'm fine with that.
But we find La'an. She's taken over a yoga class and teaching Ambujitsu now to the death tournament, by the way, to the death. And this looks like it was filmed at like a spa or something. Like, this is what I mean by bland sets. Like, this stuff, this doesn't look good, in my opinion. So
See, I disagree with bland, because it's clearly what it is. It's a pleasant looking resort situation. Like, you'd be fine to be here, right? It's just it's not really art driven.
yeah.
Right? It's not bland, it's just not sci-fi, but they have no technology, so you can't put neon, you can't put stuff. So I like the grounded approach because it makes them more basic. Although again, imagine who the hell are these extras? You know, you get hired on the new Star Trek show to play yoga person 3, and it's like, I want to be on a spaceship. Nope. Alien. Nope. Yoga person. I don't like the fact that this is what they give La'an, because I feel like it hurts her overall characterness, because I don't think she'd do this. I don't think being an altered, fun, drunk state kind of would make her make the gym class be a fighting class. That doesn't seem like her personality. I know she's changing, but I actually like her less, because if this is all who she is, this is boring. Because that's not who she was for seasons. I don't know. I would have had it be the exact opposite. I would probably had Chapel do this or something similar, and Arm be the bingo. You know, the most aggressive personality in the least aggressive. Funny. Like, that's funnier than this, because this is like, okay, it's boring.
Yeah,
and
that would have been funnier to switch the two, absolutely.
Yeah, and also, bloody hell, what a makeup. As in, you know, she's fully done up for a Pleasure Planet holiday trip. I don't know, it just doesn't really work for me. I like the joke of her being the leader, though she acts it as pitch perfect. That's all funny. Which is probably just like the backlot of the studio. You know, it's probably just the storage corridor.
And they have props at the side there that they have covered up so you can't see them.
It works. I mean, that's definitely just the Toronto set stages. I like the scene, but not the fact that she's warlike. It's just one-dimensional to me.
But now La'an is their leader.
Yeah,
and
does come into play very importantly later.
They need something to show.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they need something, so she takes Scotty's shirt. Helmet has some kind of deep earth meaning.
Yep.
I do like his shirt though, with the Mugatu on it. I think that's kind of funny.
Oh, his shirt had Mugatu on as well, did it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we need a print of that shirt. That's why it's Mugatu then. So the shuttles are on the landing pad. Moved there by somebody. Damaged. I didn't catch any of that in the original watch, so I thought, oh, who damaged the shuttle? Like, there's more story here. There isn't. Not really, you know?
Yeah.
But it's fine. They go in the shuttle. So it does point out they already had repair tools out, so they were doing something. Boy, that's a large shuttle. It's like 10 people across, but oh well. Whatever. Still a nice shuttle.
Yeah,
and
it's huge.
They bonk it to fix it, which is mildly funny. And
I like the chip being like 8 centimeters away. Now 11.06 centimeters away.
Oh, Jay points out. Really good point, Jay. He says, the set in Star Trek Academy would have made a much better Pleasure Planet resort. had that lined up, that would have been true.
Yeah. Yeah, indeed. And then they could have gotten their money out of it because they use it all the time, every chance they get in Starfleet Academy.
And Coquelin says, "Hi folks, just wanted to say that I enjoyed the episode. Comedy worked for me, and all the actors did well and looked like they had fun. All enjoyable, lightweight Star Trek quirky episodes." Speaking of, then let's do the poll. 64 votes, fantastic. Oh wow! Okay, you ready for the results, Stuart? What do you think of this
64
episode?
votes. D wins with 45%, C 31%, A 22%. F probably would have won. I don't know.
Well, that's why I say if you think
I don't think it's F worthy.
No, it absolutely isn't. I mean, there's so many other things. That is shocking. That's why I put the extremes. I didn't put S, A, B, and C. I put that is shocking, genuinely.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna do another poll.
Okay. Yeah, but this is where I was thinking too. Like, if you had a broken arm, yes, it's casted and reset, but it would still you'd feel it unless she's on some really good medication, which she probably was because the future or whatever, or just the drug effects. But I think you'd kind of get to the point where you realize that your arm isn't broken, but small thing. I love that that's where the chip was hidden. I think that's kind of. I want to see them doing all this now. I want flashbacks to. Hey, we're gonna hide it in this cast. Can you cast me up?
And there is some, but not many. And that was one of the charming things of The Hangover. They just film everything you miss, which they did here. They just didn't put the full time into it. That's a movie, right? They had more time. That would have been certainly good. But you get some. You get some. But straight out the poll if you would.
Which is the worst Star Trek thing? Strange New World Season 4, Episode 3, this episode? Discovery Season 1. To go vote. Classic for Real throws in $2 on PayPal and says, Classic for Real needs Sam to put up a picture of the terrorist assassin aliens so I can see if they're at the bar scene without having to rewatch. Especially with it going to Trekyards, it is worth the $3.49 total to just have to watch the episode once. Well, we'll get to the aliens later at the end, and then you can look.
Yeah, I can just drag one in. It's not a problem. Turn the corner. They're pretty damn distinct, though. They're a good alien race, but they're pretty damn specific.
Mm-hmm.
And I like the guy that played the main guy. He already posted pictures of himself behind the scenes as a funny shot. Yeah, of him in just an average T-shirt. And I can't remember, it was some other franchise. I was like, that's fun. No, the cast, yeah. That also grabbed me the second time because once you know. I'm fine with her assuming she's had pain meds, so she doesn't think twice about it. Because in the future, it is done.
Yeah,
pain is a choice, right? Kind of thing. But I would have thought that the fact that she'd broken her hand would have played any sort of part in it, and the fact that it didn't, I would have thought she would notice.
It wasn't her hand; it was her arm. But yeah.
Well, yeah. So it is surprising, but yeah, I mean, you assume pain meds would just she wouldn't even think about them. But it's fun, and they undo it, and then they get shipped back working, but they get kidnapped, which is very, very, very hangover-y. Yeah. Although they get injected with Starfleet hypersprays because that's the props they have on set. And who are the tack gear people that work at this resort? Why? Like, there should have been like bar. I guess we revealed it. There should have been just like bar people in like cocktail dresses, you know. And how do they sneak up in a closed shuttle on a highly trained officers of Starfleet? And why wear bayonet things if you're working for the people? Things. Well, what
balaclavas.
Yeah, why are they wearing balaclavas if they're being sent by the person who was told by these people to do the thing they're about to do that they would consent to? They wouldn't need to wear those.
It's for the audience. It's a mystery, don't you know? Yeah, but them getting on the shuttle and stuff doesn't make any sense. But that's fine. And
then we get to the other corner of the Toronto soundstage, the other studio space with just boxes from the set. I do like the gag. They fall down straight away because you're far more comfortable in the chair than on the floor. But that's what you always do these things. It just, you know, it's like, yeah, you failed that straight away. But at least the scene has
Yeah.
some emotional weight, you know, which I
And we find
appreciate.
out Scotty has 6 brothers. 4 of them are adopted. Glad there's no tragic backstory for Scotty yet. Not like Uhura, where her parents died in a shuttle crash, and her brother.
Yeah.
But yeah, you do learn a little bit about the characters here, so that's great. Although it's just a scene from any movie.
Yeah. Yeah. It's fine. I mean, they do good in it. And like I say, it gives it some oomph to the characters. But yeah, it's yeah.
Oh, I also want to point out too, I think it's a really super ironic that this aired on the Thursday that everybody, a lot of Trekkies were in Las Vegas for STLV because it's based on
Mhm.
the Hangover. I thought that was funny.
Yeah. Yeah.
By the way, 52 of you here, so
Oh.
thank you for being here. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, but we only have 30 likes.
Oh. What?
Hit that like button if you haven't hit like yet. Get those likes up. We would appreciate it. And yeah, show your support for the channel.
It matters. Appreciate you all. It does
Super
matter.
chat or PayPal as well.
Yes. And do watch our previous review that came out today, and watch our Saturday ship bit of content as well. We try and keep the stuff coming to you. Oh.
And speaking of PayPal's,
Oh my god.
Classic Real throws in $2. Classic Real thinks season 1 of Discovery is not that bad, in capitals. I know I'm literally the only person on the planet who thinks this, but season 3 was way worse. Also, the Strange New Worlds horror episodes. Then again, I'm not a big horror fan to begin with, and lately, half of all Strange New Worlds being horror isn't helping.
Yeah. Everyone's got personal preference, hence why you can't please everybody. But there's certainly a Trekkie vibe that things should, you know, be nice. Thank you, Fagin. Appreciate you for the poll. Sven says, hi guys, hello! How you doing? Oh, Fat Produce, everything with the aliens they were hosting felt like episode Orville. Yeah. I actually didn't think that, but
I didn't think that either, and somebody said it last night in my lab, and I was like, yeah, this would make a perfect Orville episode.
Yeah, actually. And Barry says the next thing is Bad Firefly episode. Yeah, pretty good. And Mark says, interesting. For all its flaws, I have a sentimental attachment to Discovery, but I don't care about Strange New Worlds. Sure. Yeah.
Well, you're allowed to be wrong.
There you go.
Classic for Real throws in $2. More musicals, less Enterprise is actually Nostromo. Sure.
Hopefully we're out of horror. Episode Low Decks
Andy,
vibes. It did.
Yeah, I was just going to say.
But not too much. It wasn't a Low Decks episode. It was a, yeah, they balanced it really well. But the guy comes in and it's all good.
Yeah. Denju says, you told me, you begged me to do this. So I'm just doing what you asked, guys.
Yeah, I think he nails the performance of I'll have to repeat myself. That was just wonderfully delivered. I don't really care about his backstory after that. I didn't quite understand that. I was angry once too. It's like, okay. But the first bit I thought was very fun. He's just having a good time earning his paycheck. Just a nice, chill, fun time. Turns out it was all them. The villains of this week are them. Not really. Kind of. Not really. A little bit.
But they go get Chapel, who's playing bingo, and there's some like vampire ladies in there or something. I don't know what happened.
It does, at least to me, feel like, right, we've got Jess Bush on contract. She's getting paid 180k this week, if we use her or not. We should probably use her. I just burned 180k if I do nothing. We'll write this scene that means nothing, does nothing, goes nowhere, has no power to the character, does not in any way feel like Chapel from TOS, which breaks my immersion, because, like hell, Majel would do this scene. No, this is not remotely Chapel character. It's great. I think Jess does a great job acting it, but in no way this is written for La'an. The exact scene unchanged is a La'an scene, right?
Yeah.
So great scene, awful Chapel scene. And you know, last week I got a lot of people bitching about how No, guys, there's a bottle episode. There's no money to make new uniforms for cage uniforms. Get a life. They spent 100,000 making vampire old lady costumes and makeup and CG for 4 seconds. Of course, I had fucking money to make cage uniforms. You stupid people. They just spend it in different places. This is a shitty waste of money. They could have spent on uniforms for the cage, right?
Yeah.
It's a shitty waste of money.
Sussy Guru
Oh,
2000 throws in €5.
thank you.
The old hags should have all turned into salt vampires.
Yeah, there's a
That'd be
million
awesome.
ways. Oh, that'd been funny. Wouldn't made sense though, but that would have been really funny. Or any alien race we know. Yeah.
Classic for real throws in $2. Terrorist assassin alien looks straight out of Orville. No, 100%. Yeah.
Good design. But then on this nonsensical scene, La'an and the gang of her hotel guests who are just random extras off the street. What if they're just like production people? You know? Because they're anybody. They come in. I don't understand how she knows there's a fight, given there was trouble here started less than 10 seconds ago and she wouldn't have been here. I see no logic how she could possibly know anything was happening here. But she comes and...
She read the script. That's how.
I hear that's important. And they leave. She must be avenged. And then the bull lady is so bored of her job that she doesn't care about the fight. I get the edit. It's just a dumb choice because she would at least do some sort of reaction to her game being ruined. But whatever.
Yeah, and for comedic purposes, unfortunately.
Oh, Una has Delta socks. Gross. In the next shot. Yeah.
Yep. I still hate those chairs. They don't belong in that shuttle. But whatever.
I do like the lines. They leave the plan right. They say, well, you know, have a safe time and don't try to leave with more people than you came. Came with. But oh.
Oh no, you're going to say something about this scene. I'm going to talk about the next scene.
Well, I got the sense they were coming down from it, but they absolutely aren't. So I felt mixed messaging both times.
Yep.
But I thought that they were going to be okay, and the fact they were all wearing stupid things and the makeup was going to be the joke. Not they were still drunk and still affected. Just not what I got from this scene because they feel better, but whatever.
Yeah. But then we get a beautiful shot of the Enterprise with the alien ship beside it, and they linger on it. Thank you. It's well lit. It looks great. The Enterprise looks fantastic in this shot.
I didn't think the Bassards are spinning. I think the Bassards might have been not spinning. And also the bridge window is not... You can't see the bridge through it. So the bridge is turned off, which is great. Because you'd be able to see the bridge inside the bridge window, which is great. So they didn't do it for once.
Nice. Sussy Guru 2000 puts in €5. Thank you so much again.
Thank you.
The size of the shuttle reminds me negatively about the oversized ship interiors in STO. Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
My Premiere has crashed, so I'm going to reset it because of too many pictures. Let me just reset that. Okay.
Guys, hit the like button if you haven't already. We have 53 of you here, which is awesome. Again, make sure you're subscribed and click the notification bell icon because we talk about Star Trek multiple times every week. So come and join us. And we only have 37 likes. What? 53 of you here. Math is important. Hit the like button, guys. But yeah, and go vote in the poll as well. 39 votes. We got more people than that here, so go vote.
Yeah, I got one more poll we can do straight after that. So vote.
Classic for real sent stars for 2 jewels. Thank you. Or a star, not stars plural. Just one.
Very nice. So now they've got the diplomat.
Oh, this scene annoyed me too. Like the diplomats would be like, if they're so fickle on formality, like it just, I couldn't believe that the Pike was acting this way at this point, but well, that's fine.
It's the rock and the hard place of he. Oh,
I'm the USS Christopher Pike. I fucking laughed at that though. Anyway, sorry. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
it's the conceit of, well, he has to do negotiations, and he can't come down from this. Although you would think that they have some medical, if they can literally change your entire biology to look like an alien for 6 hours, why can't they de-drug you? I get the two
Well, the line before
doctors.
this, the vlog before this, right before this, said that it affects everybody differently. So I assume maybe they can't. Don't know. They at least put something in about it. So
Yeah, I don't know. Because it's a fireable offense to go to your job. Basically, he's drunk driving, knowing he's drunk driving, and consciously consenting to who he kills, potentially. So it
well,
makes him bad
Chigas was
captain.
flying under the influence. She piloted the shuttle.
No, but she's sober. She's the okay one.
She's not sober. Everybody's affected by the gas. So
I disagree strongly. I think the whole point is that she's the only one that is sober. I get what you mean, but I think that for me that's in the dialogue, in the whatever. But Una, not much in the episode. She doesn't really do much ever, but she's there. I like the aliens. The makeup's great. The costume's great. The actors are great. I love the eyes. Really nice. I like they don't feel like the conventional warring races. They're just, we have dispute. We're not going to be antagonistic to each other. Just, yeah, which is nice. That's a good way of doing it. Oh my god, then the shuttle bay, which we've never seen inside of properly. Yep.
which
Full shuttle set, and there you go.
they have work bees as well.
Do they?
Yeah, up on the left, top
Ugh.
left. And there's extra nacelles, extra shuttle nacelles like stacked along the wall.
The fucking Discovery ones. Fuck's sake.
Yeah, they're Discovery work bees.
I'm so happy when you said that. They fucking ruined it. I mean, it's cool, and they have respected the overall design, but it's so over designed, and it's so big, and it's so.
It just doesn't fit for the size of the ship, but that's
It's
fine.
so. I mean, it's
At
a
least,
hangar, but it's just.
at least we get to see the full size shuttle prop again.
It's
And that's
great.
great.
It really works. I mean, yeah. And they're fixing the ship.
Mm.
They
And
have
then
a
they have
good,
a heart to heart.
yeah, good hot top.
Where they both are misunderstood, and you know she was going to be an engineer and then couldn't do impulse mechanics.
Yeah.
And yeah, they have a really good talk here, and just kind of realized that they were both misunderstood, and they were actually like making things worse by the way they were acting, because he was insulting her piloting skills, which she's very sensitive about.
Which is
Yeah,
odd
it's
because
she flies the ship.
but it's not even that. So she's not. I wouldn't say she's sensitive about the flying. She's sensitive about the engineering side of her flying because she doesn't know an engineer. The engineer is telling her to do it differently because of the engineering problems, but that's not her job to worry about. And so the fact that she can't see those problems because she's terrible at engineering means she feels inadequate. And he can't fly to judge what things are needed, so therefore he's not at her because a pilot would know how to pilot. I don't quite believe that he could crash 7 shuttles and still pass, because you wouldn't be able to fail shuttle piloting to get into the academy because it's important for everybody. But whatever. And also, I know this isn't TNG, I know this isn't prime canon, right? But in TNG, you had to apply to Starfleet and beat 25,000 people or so, whatever, from several star systems, and then beat 3 of those people. If she applied to be an engineer, got into the academy to be an engineer, and then changed courses, how did she beat 100,000 people in the exams at being a shit engineer? She can't get past her first thing. Right? Because you go in with, I want to be an engineer in my career. You don't go in to be a general officer with a distinct path. So I guess at this point they're treated just like university, just like, oh yeah, I'll as long as my past qualifications are good, doesn't matter if I'm crap at my application, because I'll get in. I don't know. It seems really unlikely. That's not how Starfleet works, right? You can't flunk at the one thing you're applying for and then swap divisions straight away, right?
Obviously, they can.
Obviously they can. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
BJ Turon throws in $2 on PayPal.
Thank you.
Says 4.5. Some amusing bits, but can't get it to a 5.
Now, is that 4 or 5 out of 5 or out of 10? So I assume 10.
That's
but...
why I thought it was out of 5, but anyway. The Dark Lord Revan, member for 43 months at the rank of commander.
Ah, didn't know that long. That's amazing. Thank you. I love Revan, so that's great.
So Spock just spent his vacation in the hotel room just playing games. Honestly, same.
Well, he also thought he was high and didn't want to go out to, like, be bad. And, you know, that's a nice way of saying that. His vacation is just chilling out with one friend. Although I gotta say, I appreciate
His human best friend, no doubt.
I gotta say, so much appreciate they didn't give any love interest fan fiction vibes. Because for one of the other episodes of Stranger Worlds, there's so many comments were like, how, oh yeah, in the 80s it was, well, not saying it was basically canon, they were lovers from all these different subjects. I'm like, go to hell, you weirdos. That's fan fiction. So I really appreciate Bam. But there's none of that here. They're just good best friends. Bromance is great. No issue with how they did it, and I appreciate them for staying true to the spirit of the show. Because there's a famous interview, I say famous because it's so definitive, where Shatner's talked to about this in, like, around TMP. He's like, no, nothing of that. No, obviously not. We're just great friends. Like, he's so blatant about it. It's like, no. But thanks for trying. Appreciate the love, the thought, but no, absolutely not.
Yeah.
But votes. I want to get into the votes and do another poll. Which is the worst thing for the Star Trek, these two things? This episode or Star Trek Discovery Season 1? 74% say Star Trek Discovery Season 1. New poll coming.
So this is where I looked at the time, going, how much less is left here? And there's still 15 minutes at this point. And I was, what the hell? But then we randomly find a bomb that I guess gets activated when you grab it. So they knew it would be grabbed. I don't know.
That makes sense. I'll be there in a second.
Hit like, guys, super chat or PayPal in with your scores, or think about your scores because we're coming up to that soonish. But yeah, 56 of you here, 45 likes. Oh, that's awesome. Hit like 5 more likes to get to 50, please. And also make sure you're subscribed and all that, and come back and join us for other Stranger Worlds content every week. And yeah.
Okay, new poll is up. Yeah, I mean, the bomb works for me absolutely fine because they found the bomb the first time behind a panel. They put it back because they were drunk, fine. But they didn't touch the bomb last time because they were so drunk they knew not to touch it. Because they're so professional, they touched it to try and fix it. But it's just a booby trap. I mean, it's just the bomb is booby trapped, so that if you touch it, it's that easy. It makes total sense. And they're also triggering it. So they both booby trap it and trigger it. Because obviously people are in the shuttle then and they're back home and blah. I just want to know, well, I guess I don't want to know how they got on all the shuttle because the two balaclava people also got on the shuttle without warning or alarms, so it is that easy. Answer my own question.
But the new poll is this the worst episode of Stranger Worlds? Please remember last season closer with the plot issues.
That's going to be closer. Okay. The last episode, with the actually I'll redo that because that's clear enough. Darn it. One memento.
Yeah. Kind of funny too that the bomb looks a little bit like a thermal detonator. Although, and also not at all like a thermal detonator, but yeah.
It would have been really funny if they'd reused the Section 31 Mega Ultra Mega Mirror Universe bomb prop. They just didn't mention it. That was a great prop, but it was also a ball bomb thing, right? With some more shiny things, but it was just a ball bomb thing.
The new polls up, go out. Is this the worst episode of Stranger Worlds? Please remember that season's last episode with the plot issues. No one, yes.
The one with the enemy before the time that defined the word bad, and the lady becoming a statue. All that stuff. But Thrib says season 1 had Lorcan. Yep, Lorcan was the best thing in season 1. I bought a whole lot of trash. He was not trash.
Lorca was awesome. I do like Lorca. Until
the last episode. But yeah, bomb. Then you cut to the speech. Now, when I watched this, and you give your version because we had different you know, I thought the speech was that on his hands they'd tattooed words that are important to him. That was the logic. And so he has no speech, and so he's like, oh my god, words. And so he's just vamping nonsense with whatever words he happens to have he's seeing. And so that's why it's broken.
Maybe.
That's how I took it, because I thought that was
I
funny.
also no, I took it that he had the speech memorized because he's got to do this thing, and he's been reciting it to himself over and over as you do with speeches, to the point where those were the words on his mind when he was talking to the tattoo artist. So yeah, either way works, but I think it's funny that he's doing this and kind of
One
fumbling through the
second.
speech. Hey, like everybody. Sessiguru 2000 throws in €5 and says the documentary episode was worse. Disagree. I like the documentary
It was
episode.
much better. Really well edited, well paced, good ending, good start, bad overall plot, but it's a documentary. It doesn't need to be about the plot. It just sounds odd, but about the story, right? But yeah, I like his speech. I kind of think it would have been funny if they made Anson just do that as improv and just let him film for a bit. That's their vibe, which is great. If it's scripted bullshit, then I think it's a really, really excellent job. And it's funny with him with the tattoo. It's just, what's over the horizon? Okay. Weird.
I love how it's also the tattoo's very similar to the one that Stu got in The Hangover, which was Mike
Oh,
Tyson's
yes!
face tattoo. It's the same shape, it's the same eye.
Didn't even think of that. Yeah. That's, yeah. I just thought, like, Chakotay, that's all I was visualizing. That's great. But she comes in. Ortega's, I like we see how drunk, how messed up she is. That kind of gives a nice perspective of what she was seeing the whole time.
Yeah, and I knew this was going to be a game of telephone. There's a bomb on board, and then they start whispering to each other. I'm like, by the time this gets to the end, what the state they're in, sure enough, yes, bad avocados or.
Oh, I'll be honest, I've never quite understood telephone. Not the game itself, but the point of telephone in theory is to correctly give the information to the end.
Yes.
But the game is that it won't end up the same. But given
Well,
that
you hope it does. That's the thing.
but somebody has to choose to ruin it. And then you know exactly when that person is, because you, as you know, you told the person Blue Umbrella, and they're actively choosing to ruin it. So you know person 6 ruined the game. There's no ambiguity. Right? It's a game you have to be secretive and mess people up. Like, it kind of only works if you're like behind walls where the idea of you can barely hear them is in play because it's an honest mistake. But in this sort of thing, it's like, who ruined it? Like, everybody? You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't understand the game per se, just from a structural point of view. But I really like
It's not a
Spock.
game. It's just it's a study in human nature.
Oh, well, we play as a game at
You
school, I
don't
should
pass
say.
on you don't pass on word for word, syllable by syllable what you hear. You give your version of it. Yeah, it's just to show that witness testimony is also often unreliable as well.
You say that, but the point is to do it word for word, if it's a small
Yes.
message.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Hmm.
Classic for real throws in
Oh.
$2. Paul Giamatti Burnhaming Alpha Quadrant is worse.
Yeah, from a story perspective, yes. Yeah, that was pretty ridiculous.
Yeah. All right. Yes. So Spock's like, I heard about the avocado. Palm avocado bad. Tell Captain. And yeah, it says use human logic and just it's referring to a bomb on board. So I'm going to help you.
What
That's
a
great.
great Spock moment. Even while inebriated, hallucinating, he's able to use logic to backtrack human bullshit into a bomb successfully. What a class act officer. Really good little moment for him, and he plays it so beautifully, just straight, but also the weirdness of what he's saying. And I love the tree. I mean, just, it's great doing it as a real prop. Just lovely.
Yeah, and like I said, the sound of the pot sliding across the floor as well was a nice touch.
Nice touch. And then in the shuttle, and I got to commend them for the scene in general, because Oh, okay, that's in a moment. I will commend them in a moment. But Spock silent saying they didn't find the chip, they put the chip in, and it's their own personal message. They are quite informative, but they did assume the other one was going to check the card, so it's their fault for not checking the card, because it would have solved everything, as is, you know, often the plot.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, you think you would put the chip in different place? They notice it maybe, or have it not be a clear chip, maybe a red one or a yellow one that kind of stands out. Because they do have multicolored chips.
Yep,
Uh,
but they're drunk.
Barry F puts in $10. So thank you so much,
Thanks so
Barry.
much.
We make mistakes, but we're human, and I guess that's the word that best describes us. Human? Yeah, I would say so.
The word is racist by its very nature. Oh.
But yeah, they realize that there's nothing they can do. Essentially, they got to get the bomb off of the ship, and Scotty's like, "I'll do it." But you're holding the bomb. You can't fly. I'll figure it out. Like, no, no, I'm gonna fly you. She flies the ship. I've heard that once or twice.
She does. Hey, you really
Yeah,
pay attention, don't you?
not usually.
Oh. Now this I thought, I'll give them credit. I really, really like the acting here. The fact that that Scotty is committing suicide, because he has no real sense they can beam out. It's an absurd thing to think timing-wise, right? So he is committing suicide to save the ship, and he doesn't blink. I mean, what else can he do? But he's very brave, and you don't think he's anything other than, I'm brave. Artigas 100% says, I'm going to die with you to save the ship. And you fully believe it. It's wonderfully sincere. It's not over the top. It's not melodramatic. It's 100%. And Spock has a moment of, two of my friends are going to die, probably. Logically, the odds are against them, right? Logically. But I'm going to respect them and respect their wishes to go. Because I could stay too, and it might help, but not really. I just think the three of them do it so well for not overplaying the scene. It's so real and good and professional for what is basically... And they're not asking Captain's permission, right? They're just, we are executive calling to sacrifice ourselves to the ship. Right now. Can't think about it. Do it. I just really like it. It's really well just made, I think.
Yeah. Spock's like, I'll beam you out. Down to the last zeptosecond before the explosion. Now, a zeptosecond does exist. It is a brief unit of time equal to 1/1,000,000,000th of a billionth of a second.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
God.
It's humanly impossible. It's Vulcanly impossible. But whatever.
Yeah. I mean, you have got a thing called pattern buffers. You know, because the timing can be different. Maybe you can have an open lock. There's some nonsense there, but yeah, it's it's a bit crazy.
I do like the display on the transporter's console, though. Energy pattern redundancy, primary return confirmation on secondary console, yes or no. It's such attention to detail that nobody's really going to notice.
Yeah, the graphics team tend to go above and beyond.
Yeah.
Which I appreciate. And then Kirk shows up. And... Okay, 1 second before we get into it. How would he even know to go to this transporter room at this time, at this hour, and be
He's
this
been following
calm?
Spock around like a creeper. He's been hiding behind
He also
bulkheads.
wasn't briefed on the situation. And he would be more serious were he told the situation. But he's a hallucination, so he knows the situation. But he's not.
Yep. Doesn't make sense. I tell you.
Uh
I like how Spock's like, I must concentrate. Hallucination, be gone.
-huh.
Then he gets slapped. Was that imaginary? I really wish Spock would have said, I don't know, last week I got my ears cut off by an illusion.
In fairness,
Maybe,
that was a ghost doing it.
maybe I'm slapping myself. I don't know what happened just now.
Can you imagine a hard cut to just like him doing it again? Is that real Spock? I don't know.
And Thrib says, and why doesn't he see Kirk as a plant? Because he's spent this whole time with Kirk. So Kirk's like something he's familiar with. That's why.
Well, I don't think the real hallucination is everything you see is the same hallucination.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Yep.
That's absolutely
The
fine.
fact that they came to Spock asking for help to get this plant computer, because it's after he mind melded with the plant that he started seeing them as plants. So
Yes, yes, exactly. Yes, yes, yes.
he
I
just
forgot to mention that.
associated them with plants.
Well, that's why they did the mind meld and the remnant of Kirk was great. That makes sense. I like that a lot. He just, in this weird state, he's just seeing stuff. Cool, 100%. Which is why the plant overrides that. So therefore, you wouldn't then see, really good. Now, oh, Forrest, do you want to give it away? I don't know. But were it that that Kirk was in the wrong uniform, the wrong pip, something to hint, or even the reverse, if he was on this set, not in uniform, right? To imply that, because a hallucination would be he's in real uniform, so I guess he'd have to be, I don't know. It's tricky, it doesn't really, what they were going for is sort of thematically incorrect.
Oh,
Oh!
another thing I want to call it in this scene that's incorrect. When he slaps Spock, Spock's face gets red. Spock would not have a red blushing or a slap. It would turn
Oh.
a shade of green. That's the other thing. Yeah, yeah. I noticed that the first time too, and I'm like, what? I actually just probably slapped him maybe in real life. I don't know. But it should be green, but small thing. I want to mention it.
It's the exact same attention to detail as last week by having the wrong uniforms. They
Yeah.
didn't think about it. They didn't put money in. They didn't try it. They didn't think about it. It would have been nice. It's like in an academy when the hologram doesn't expel air bubbles. That took thought and attention to detail to remove those in post. You could have regraded his slap to be a little bit green. You could have done it.
Mm.
There were small details that add up, like the tribble, but that was a big detail. So they didn't do it. Blair, right?
Neil Hammersmith says, please read. Being that Spock is telepathic, the reason the others saw Kirk is because Spock and his abilities were fucked up and created a shared hallucination. No. Maybe. It doesn't make sense that Kirk's there, so.
Because remember, they're all coming down from it now. So anything that was being dealt with is less. I mean, Scotty's a lot. I mean, I know he's having really dark issues, but being blown up. But he's not exactly drunk anymore, right? Like, is the vibe. So I see what you mean, but yeah.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. But then on the shuttle, he's saying that the bomb's getting hot. It's getting very hot, and they kind of have their last words. It's a shame we could have been friends. And Scotty's like, I think we are.
Yeah, I think it's exceptionally well acted from both of them.
Yeah.
From a silly episode with silly themes, there's so much real here and life. And I'd like to think it didn't take many takes. They just sort of lived it and like, bam, yep. And I can't imagine they thought they were going to live. It's too absurd a situation.
Yeah, I thought they thought they were going to die for sure with that last conversation. Yeah.
Yes, I really
chances were like 90% they're going to die.
Oh, less. I mean, not yeah. So I really like their acting. It's so small. Yeah, really nice. Really like that.
But then that whole speech was an affront to our civilization or whatever. And then
It's
Pike's
fair.
like, there's a shuttle. Kablooey. Yeah. And then firework effect because of the particular element that was on board that came from their planet, which they're excited about. And they see it as a great honor that they went that far to, you know.
Yeah.
That's funny.
No, I think the other actresses really sell that. The honor, like, yeah, really good. As important or not as it is, like, yeah, you sold that. Well done. I like that. That was good. And I just think it's funny the that's one scene, but the fact that it's such a rare material that it's therefore worth the extreme thing, and this is local to their planet.
It's
so
quadrium. Quadrium. God damn it. Quadrium. That's what it's called. Sorry, I had that written down.
So I just like the idea that they're implying they're wrong, but they're implying that Starfleet made a point to travel to their planet and find, mine, or deal with the rare materials in surprise as a secret for surprise for this moment. Like, the steps involved in that are so extreme, but really the bomb makers sourced it, and like I think there's a fun amount of layers there that I think pays off quite well. For as silly as it looks and sounds, it's a fun idea. But yeah, they're fine. They beam. Shit, right?
Yeah, the afterlife looks a lot like the Enterprise.
They really should be dead though. Really, really. Is that not the most impressive beam out in Star Trek history?
Yeah, I would say so.
I mean, no, if the computer could think that fast. Let's be honest, right? Now that said, Spock can do temporal math from memory to get back in time.
That's true.
He's a smart cookie, and that would also be considered a plot hole extreme thing. Except that was the entire plot of the movie, so you're kind of like, well, that's the conceit, right? They can do that. But I mean, I'd get a bloody commendation for the mathematics required in doing that. Like, by the time his heart has 0.0001% beaten, they're already dead, right? Anyway, they're alive.
Yeah. And then the Rodaxians are like, the ancient Rodaxian formal rite of peace has not been seen in generations.
Yeah, they do a great job.
The danger and expense and effort you must have put into obtaining Quadrium and invoking this, you've deeply honored us this day.
And he hugs them, and it's fun. It's underplayed in the right played amount of played. It's nice.
Yeah.
And then Scotty has really well done CG. That's horrible. The fact Tiga's can't even look at it is funny. I mean, yeah, I don't really get the CG of it, but it's a good effect. But yeah, freaking gruesome. I'm not sure how it would have done this. Because if it exploded, they'd all be dead at the same time.
Exactly.
But well, it's funny. I'm fine with it.
But I'm going to say it again here because in case people join, it would have been better if it had been the actual finger that James Doohan had lost. That would have been kind of a nice homage. But yeah,
that would have been properly genius.
Yeah,
still clever, but not quite.
You missed it by that much. Yeah, and then she acknowledges Kirk is there. She's like, "Hey, Kirk."
And I gotta give Ethan so much credibility for the amount of deep-rooted horror emotion that he gives. I still believe as Spock, like young Spock, but
yeah,
his body language is still so stiff and straight, but it just pushes it to the. It also makes you wonder what he said. But this is where the biggest complaint comes in, right? You can't just say that this is the moment that they become best friends because Spock thinks he's high to confess all his deepest, darkest secrets to an illusion, and that's why they're best friends. I'm like, no, they weren't best friends before this. They've hung out a bit. They like each other. They're not best friends. It's stupidly jumping the gun. And it diminishes, I think, their overall story, because the point is they built up over time with respect and whatever. He didn't just confess all his deep dark. I killed a puppy when I was 6, and this is. Because you'd imagine if Spock is being that confessionary, Kirk would be reciprocal, right? That's how, it'd be weird to have that sort of conversation and it would be one-sided. Just, I'm bearing my soul, say something. Nice one. So, well, no. So it's wonderfully acted, but very odd that you skip so many steps in the canon.
But we're ignoring the most important thing.
Oh, shit.
Barry F. in the chat, he had his index finger sewed back on once. Dude.
As in real life, man.
Yeah.
Wow. Yes.
Taz0 says, to me, it felt disrespectful to Doohan making fun of his lost finger. They absolutely were not making fun of it.
I don't think they knew he lost a finger. I don't think it didn't read like they knew or didn't. I just think it was just a gag they did. I can see why you'd say that in terms of truly abstract, but I just don't think they knew. It was just a thing. But then hard cut to back at the bar. There's an door in the back, so they're in the crew. And so we had 60s garbed people at the back. Don't know where this bar fits on the Enterprise, but whatever. And they all
Mhm,
remember
mhm.
their even though Ortega's and Scotty blacked out and lost the entire trip, everyone else remembers their entire trip flawlessly, or like enough to say all these things with total sincerity. Not
Well,
sure
it affects
why.
everybody differently. So
That's why I
just
think
like drugs, sometimes people remember what they do, sometimes they don't. So
that's why I think the dragon thing when they fell, it sobered up Ortega's 100%, hence why she acts the way. But then it undoes the memories, and Scotty had a similar, but he had the Mogatu mask, and that was it did different. It was like soaked in by that, which is why they don't remember. Everyone else does because the planet is not meant to screw you over, hence why you remember it. But they had a thing on top of a thing, right? That's how I took it.
yeah.
I
Did you
also thought,
mention
oh,
I like the little reference to the Magatu suit, saying I don't know who was in that before. We all smelled it. We all smell it. Yeah, that was kind of funny because
yeah.
knowing it was on the Starfleet Academy, right?
That future man instinct. It also occurred to me in this sort of framework, um, the entire crew of red shirts, right? Like when you have just this range of people, it's like 4 red characters shirts in a row. It's like, damn, you've got a lot of the
Mm-hmm.
one medical person. That's it. It's like not a lot of variety here, but it's fine.
Well, two of them are red shirts in TOS, Scotty and Uhura.
No, it's all good. It's unusual to say 4 of the same color. You always have it be different batches of people. But no,
Mm-hmm.
negotiations went well. Una says he's got something on his face and like he knows, please fix me. And now Babs is doing the same thing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I would think though that you wouldn't want to drink after being hungover, after being drunk, after being intoxicated. Personally, having more drink would be bad, but it's a fun thing. But I wouldn't think. But whatever.
A different kind, the one that they know and can relate to, so that they feel more in control. I think it'd be fine, but
I mean, some people drink after being hungover, right? It's a thing, but yeah. And then we get the exact same view effect shot from the start. Just they've moved the ship the reverse way and you know, no
oh yeah, yeah.
effort. I mean, it's not literally the same shot, but it's the same scene file. They just moved the ship and re-rendered it. It's no effort, which is fine. But they went there and they came back. Just boy, these are the ship shots this episode. Real easy.
She chooses to go down to engineering to help out and see what's going on.
Which makes sense. Alerts are alerting, so they go check. I love the disparity of like red alert. The engineering's a problem. She's like, oh, it's fine up there. It's not fine bloody well here, is it?
Yeah, ease into it instead of punching it.
Yep. When I say don't destroy the impulse manifolds and you do it anyway to be 2% faster, but he's still trying to get her more power. He's doing a Scotty. It's a little bit
Mm-hmm.
more. No, it's good. It's a really nice end scene for them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then we do get to see kind of some stuff that happened, but it's behind the scenes stuff. It's like, ooh, we should have started like this. Let's do it again. It feels like it's just behind the scenes stuff and not necessarily but that's great.
Well, they filmed the dragon bit, so that's no, it's all in character, it's all in universe stuff. It's just they don't quite because Ethan's not playing that with Paul Wesley, right? So it's all in character. It's just yeah, odd bits and bobs they filmed while they were there. Just going a bit further, a bit funnier. But yeah, it's all good. He's a bit of fun. Wonder when
Well,
things
Anson
broke.
Mount doing this with the tattoo thing, like that's not in character. That's definitely just Anson Mount on set.
But he's not drunk on set, is he? He's mouthing that drunk. He's doing the drunk voice. And Scotty Man didn't put the Mugatu thing just to be in the shuttle because he's in character. They're all in character, right? Unless he's got a different antenna. It's just the unbroken version. So it's all in character. Just they're playing, right? They presumably said just do some bits and we'll just use the bits or not.
Sussiger
Oh,
2005 euros. Captain Ortega's flying is blowing up conduits in engineering. Please talk to her about it.
she broke the ship. She broke the bloody ship. And then we go. We end having thwarted a terrorist plot. Huzzah. And everyone relaxed. Except Ortega's.
Hmm. All right, guys, it's that time of the day, of the live stream, of the month, of the week. It's time for your scores. Super chat them in or PayPal them in. PayPal, you can write a little review as well. It's like 280 characters.
And that'd be
Think about
great.
that.
That can be a buck. Give us a review. We'd love to see it.
And yeah, or super chat in. I will read those scores after we're done. And if you just want to put them in the regular chat, Sam will read those out afterwards as well. So
I want to know the scores. And was there main votes in the poll, Stuart? Where are we at with that? How are we doing?
well, we've got 39 votes.
And where are we doing that? Let's finish that off. So people can vote now in the main review score wise. So what's the winner of this?
No, 80%.
So worst episode of Stranger Worlds? No. Also 9%. Yeah, I would agree. Good stuff. So Stuart, what do you think of Stranger Worlds Season 3, Episode 4? No, 4, Episode 3. Has your opinion changed after a rather detailed breakdown? I'll go through it all, etc. How do you feel about the fan backlash on this one? In your mindset? And yeah, talk me through.
I think it's funny. The fan backlash is funny because a lot of new Star Trek has really been dividing people like this. Again, there's no shades of gray anymore. It's just fucking black or white. You either love it or you despise it. So I think it's interesting. I don't love it. I don't despise it. I'm somewhere in the middle, as you should be. Um, like I said, I'm not a fan of the Hangover movies. Talking about it was fine. I don't think I sussed anything out that I just talking about the Kirk and Spock thing. It still doesn't make any sense. So I'm inclined to believe that he was in fact a hallucination still. And Spock thinks that Kirk knows everything about him, but he actually doesn't. Would be kind of funny. Anyway, um, so things like that. Missing out on the finger thing, I think it just would have been a great opportunity. Um, I enjoyed everybody's performances. Pike, both when he's getting tattooed as well as when he's giving his speech. Um, Learning more about Scotty and Ortegas was great. Seeing them actually have some good screen time and chemistry together was fantastic. Spock being more Spock-like. He was very stoic in this one.
Actually, that's a really interesting point we should have mentioned. Last
Yeah.
week, he's absorbing logic. That's a thing now. And this week, that possibly might be something that's keeping him more centered because he's not.
Mhm.
Yeah, I hadn't even thought that. That's really. Wow, yeah, that might
Yeah.
be the turn.
Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, Uhura didn't get much to do. That's fine. Una didn't get anything to do. That's fine. Lon didn't get anything to do, more or less.
Yeah.
Josh or Chapel definitely didn't. But overall, there are small little moments and small little things, like I said, like the Endorian headband being broken, stuff like that that I really liked. Tribbles, and there's a few little things here and there that kind of made me smile, which is nice. It's not as frustrating on a rewatch or a rediscussion because I know where it's going. I just the first time watching it, it's so frustrating. It's just like, but anyway, score wise, what is the two scores?
So it is quality of episode, which is enjoyment slash quality, and then all the Stranger Worlds, how it fits into the multiple seasons. Out of 10.
Enjoyment for me probably is going to be like a 6.4. I think a lot of the smaller moments, like Pike in the tattoo chair and doing his speech, those moments I really like. Those ones tend to focus on, so they kind of pull it up for me. But yeah, it's not super awesome in other ways. So, and then the other one is All of Strange New Worlds. Let's see, probably a 6.9. Not the worst thing ever, not the best thing ever. Like I said, somewhere in the middle-ish, but upper middle is fine. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, let's see what we got score-wise here. We got Classic for Real puts in $2. 2.7 pints out of 10. Ooh.
He hated it.
Yeah. Sasiguro 2000, €5. One of the weakest episodes of the whole show. I give it a 3 out of 10. Wow. Damn. All right. Well,
It would be interesting though to know if they didn't like the Hangover films, and that review comes from that, right? If it literally is that just that style. If you don't like Hangover, that genre, bam. If you do, bam, right?
Yeah, yeah. But now
Oh,
we got those scores. I did my thing. Now we're gonna ask the expert. Sam, what do you think?
oh, me.
Having
Oh shit.
yeah, having watched it twice, discussed it now.
Yeah.
And what do you think of the fan reaction to this?
Yeah, I mean, I like Trek for different reasons. This, as an editor, as a filmmaker, does a lot of good things. It's not a bad Hangover sequel. It's got good character work. It's creative in its own ways. It's safe in its own ways. It could have gone bigger, but be worse. It could have gone smaller, but be worse. It is definitely a mid success because they didn't do a lot of things that could have been better, but also then you could argue it's too far, and you wouldn't know until you tried. Yeah, I enjoyed it. Well, first time the mystery is fun. So it's not one you can watch more times like that anymore because there's not that much more going on. At the moment, it's relatively small, but I like Melissa. I like Ortega's. We got two in relative quick succession. I think episode 8 was her Gorn episode. This is episode 3, so we got her 2 episodes in 5-episode streak over 2.5 years, or whatever. You know, yay. Well, no, this is the quick succession. So no, good. I like Hangover films, so I like the structure. This is one that I feel like if someone had filmed it and then they brought me in as a guest director and they said you've got 1 week to do reshoots to like spice it up, you know, I could add jokes and elements across it that would elevate it to a fan favorite. You know, when we've got the edit in place, like, oh, this is the story, great. I'll just do these things and just elevate. I feel like I could really boost it, but they might be too far. Whatever. I mean, it's not bad, as in there are bad episodes of Trek in recent memory, which is like, this hurts me, this is bad, or that first half is bad, that second half is bad. This isn't bad in any meaningful way. It's
I
across.
think
Oh yeah.
I think Hypnoamber has it right on the head. I agree with her 100%.
Yep.
I wouldn't skip this episode, but I wouldn't pay attention to it either. It's a background noise episode. I totally agree with that. Yeah. You know when the good parts are coming, so you watch those, and that's
Thing
about
is,
it.
the dinosaur one was the same for me.
Yeah, well, yeah,
I'm not
I
gonna
get
pay
it.
attention. It's fun stuff in the background, but it's not enough for me personally. To be like, yeah. Whereas like the one with Khan and Laan and Kirk, that I'll watch. I really like that.
Tomorrow, and tomorrow.
Yeah, that I'll pay attention to. Except
Yeah,
some bit
kind of
that
have to.
well, yeah, um, yeah. But like I say, it's not doing much that pisses me off, which is great. And unlike, like I said, the last of season 3, plot holes, giant fuck yous, doesn't make sense. Like those things are problems. This thing didn't have those per se. Kirk is a problem, but you could possibly still argue he was an illusion. And Ortega's, I don't know. There's something maybe, but it's just like last week with the ghost and the Connie. There's just the fuck off. Who cares about canon, right? Who cares about plot holes? Don't matter. Just enjoy it. Can't complain. Just enjoy it. Don't think about it, right? Just talk about it. Don't think about it. Just talk about it. It's like, all right, okay, cool. Score wise, the problem is I've got contrast here. I know what I gave last week, which was what happened last week?
Last week was the ghost ship.
Oh yeah. So do you like it more or less than that one?
More because it's more fun.
Yeah. But I know what score I gave that. Right? Oh, they're so differently not my favorite. The comparing them is difficult. I think I will, and this sounds petty, I know. I think I'll give it higher score than that because it doesn't have the big canon issues where you just have to ignore the fact that the show doesn't make sense for it to work. This is more fun, but it's not a huge amount better than that because of other reasons. But I would not say that were I not seeing the scores side by side, which again I can't not see. There's so few scores, right? So I'm gonna say enjoyment. I think that's quality. I'm gonna say 7.3. Yeah, I think it could have easily have been an 8 were the ending better, but it's not. All of Stranger Worlds, they've got their stride in terms of filmmaking and the characters, right? You're not questioning the people in the same way. So that's nailing it. Like TNG, right? They can have odd ones that are good or bad, but they're nailing the fundamentals, right? And we never say the acting's bad, ever, really, in Stranger Worlds, do we? We always say, yep, acting's great. There's no issues there. So all Stranger Worlds, I go 7.1, not huge. So we're both relatively similar and relatively, I'm just a bit higher. But it's like, yeah, this is yeah, you know. It's like, I like the episode with the tower less, because that was boringer. Bad use of LED wall, and didn't improve canon enough when they could have. Like, that was just a worse episode, I think. But it was doing more in a lot of ways. I think that was just a less good episode for different reasons. So there are worse episodes, is what I'm trying to say.
Neil Hammersmith Neil says this would be a great episode for the pasties hypno amber cells. Great product placement. Yeah, absolutely. And they are great pasties. I got pictures of Sylvia with them on, so yes.
Excellent. So this is your last chance, guys, to super chat to PayPal for the review scores. Let us know. And last chance for the scores. I'm going to read out the non-super scores right now. 45 of you here is wonderful. Oh,
stop. We got a classic for real PayPal of $2.
Stopped.
It says the Romulan chick in Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow was hot too. Bad she had to get plotted. There you go. Now you can read the score.
What wise words? Wise words from our resident real expert. Anyway, thank you. Right, scores are not. There's a sum. There's some. Okay, so Sean, 4 out of 10. Neil, 3 out of 10. Putzman stole everything. Okay. Arthur, 3.5. Hypno, 7.8. It was entertaining. I liked the low X5s, but Hangover and Shore Leave episodes are just not my jam. Andy, 8. Jay, 3 out of 10. Some funny parts, but 0% Trek. There's a lot of modern Trek that's like that, though. Like, not 0, but really missing fundamentals. Andy, 8. No, what's it on? Devo, 7. Or Devo, sorry, 7. Stanley's 5. Zachary, 7.6 this season. 7 out of 10 for Stranger Worlds. Jason, 5 out of 10. Joseph, 7.7. Love these Easter. Oh, disagree. Thribs. They're trying to be like Stargate and Xena. Problem is the characters just are not as great at doing comedy. I did not get any Stargate or Xena vibes from this. It's like the Trekian version of Orville. That's, I wouldn't say. Fair enough. I definitely wouldn't say.
Yeah, now that he said Xena, I can see the Xena. But yeah,
definitely Stargate. It's not my sort of humor. 180. Good character arc, but completely forgettable. I'll skip. Forgettable? It's the Hangover episode. It's the reverse of forgettable. It's a super distinct episode. You're on a pleasure. It's like, okay. Marco, 3 out of 10. This one is the top 3 worst of the entire series. It gave me the Vulcan episode vibes, which is great. We like that one. A lot of good scenes. Although that one still reigns supreme as the worst, in my opinion. Did you see the season finale? The last season? Did you see the season finale? Did you see the season 1 opener?
I can't even remember what was the season finale last year.
With the statue and the Patel.
Oh, yeah. Patel.
Yeah, the season opener with the Gorn shit show with a no logic time placement of ships and the sun that makes no sense and just that absolute garbage. Much worse. Those two are much worse episodes. Which is depressing. The season opener and the season finale are much worse. Those are much worse. Our opinions. Oh, where did you get that? The L cards. I can only think of one worse episode for me. The Sing episode. Ouch. Aussie 8.8. Mine was 8.9. So you guys slightly higher normally. Okay. 1870 off the road. The opening and closing sequence Enterprise were beautiful. I mean, what was my text to you, Stuart?
I don't fucking know.
Yes, you do. The opening in the asteroid field.
Another asteroid field.
Every episode of asteroid field, they have no creativity for the majority of their shots.
Yeah. I've been saying that all along. I'm sick of the asteroids.
That's why I said it to you. So I was like, they did it again, Stuart. Did it again. 1870, 2 out of 10. Donnie gives it 10, of course. I didn't fake Donnie. Donnie being Aussie. And there you go.
All right, well, Classic for Real throws in a PayPal of 10 cents. Classic for Real sending 10 cents to get PayPal to remember Trekyards as friends and family. No payment protection needed. Okay, cool.
Wonderful.
And Susigura 2000 throws in €5 and says Stargate humor was more subdued. I remember the time travel episode where the guy asks Daniel if they are Soviet spies, and he responds in Russian. Yeah.
Yet. Oh. Yeah, no, it was a... Just rewatch that. Real class episode. Real good stuff. Real good stuff. Well, there you go. Another controversial one to add to the pile.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's it. That's all she wrote, guys.
Yeah.
So thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
Come back and join us next week, and not just on the reviews, but on other lives as well. And to check out our content on the weekend. So
Trekyards next week. Make a big thing. Be here. It'll be great.
So until next time, he's Commander Cockings.
It's kind of funny. You guys are amazing.